Hi, I'm Dave Worzel, and you're watching PHTV4. Meet the Merchant. Today, Meet the Merchant is at Those Guys Bakery on Harlem Avenue in Palos Heights. We are very lucky today, not only just because we're in a bakery, but we get to talk to Sharon O'Neill, who happens to be the owner celebrating her 10-year anniversary with Those Guys. So Sharon, congratulations on that. Can you tell us about your background? Like, how did you get started in this business 10 years? I mean, that's a long time. That's awesome. And also your transition to Palos, because all 10 years haven't been here.
No, so actually our theme this month has been 10 years is a big deal. And so it is a big deal because when we started 10 years ago, didn't know how long it would last. So we started in Chicago Ridge on 107th in Ridgeland, and we were there for 2.5 years, and due to kind of a miscommunication, with the landlord, they had raised our rent extremely, and we decided it was a time to move someplace else. So we looked here, fell in love with the location, and so we've been here for 7.5 years, and couldn't have been a better place for us.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a poor winner, but happy for Palos that you landed here.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
We're glad it's working out for you, but especially that your bakery landed here. That's great for us. So maybe now we can talk about the best part. And I'm going to have to be fair here. I've sampled not everything, but I have sampled a little bit from that case and this case, and that case, and that case. So I definitely am not impartial here, unfortunately. But what can you give us a sample of, like, what are the different products people are going to find here? Because you do have a big variety. It isn't just donuts.
Right, it's not just donuts, though that is a good part of our business is the donuts, and a lot of people think that's all that we have, but we also do everything from cookies to bars to our Dough's Girls cupcakes, which is a very good selling thing for us. Cakes, custom cakes, anything from a small cake that's a smash cake up to a 4-tier, 5-tier wedding cake. So bars we do, on the weekends we'll do specialty items, sticky buns, turnovers, Swedish flops, sweet cakes, things like that. Cinnamon rolls.
One of my favorites. I had to sneak that in.
Yeah. Yes, so then we do those extra things on the weekends then.
Okay. And I know the cookies are delicious also. And you didn't say it, I'm going to have to say it. You also have cannoli, and I've had the cannoli. And they're good.
Yes, in fact, I just had a customer call yesterday and said they tried 5 different bakeries. They tried their cannolis in the area, and we won out. And so they're going to be ordering cannolis from us for a shower that they have coming up. So they are really good cannolis. A lot of that has to do with the fresh ricotta cheese in there.
I was going to say a fresh cannoli, and it has to be made that way.
Yes.
That's great. And congratulations on that endorsement then. All right. So I'm going to have to put a couple tricky questions to you here. And I'm glad I'm asking instead of answering. Do you have any favorites? Can you give us a top few or all of them?
All of them. If I had something that I would go to, because I probably have consumed all the products at some point in the last 10 years, usually my go-to is a 7-layer bar or an eclair. That's if I had to choose 2 things that I was going to eat, would probably be those 2 things. Though I do nibble on the cookies quite a bit.
I would say, and the cookies are delicious. So, all right, try those 2, but maybe try everything else at some point too, right?
Yes.
What about? Is there like a customer favorite? Do you find like this is something that people are always asking for? This is the one that moves the fastest, or get here early kind of thing?
Yeah, the chocolate iced cake donuts are what draws people in the morning. That's the #1 donut that we have is that one. That's our #1 seller. So that brings people in. Our cookies and our cupcakes. Those are probably the 3 things that are the driving force that bring people here. Of course, other things too, but that's probably the 3 main things that people come in for.
Well, and they all look good too. I could see having that problem. Like, oh, that looks. I would. I'm looking at this like these cupcakes here. How do you say no to one of those or the cookies? But what about? I do have to ask because I've seen it. And I've also seen it in other locations. I know you also have Those Guys truck. How do you use that guy?
So the truck we call Dough on the Go, and off of it we usually do either donuts or cupcakes. Usually it's baseball fields. We do a lot of baseball fields. We'll be at the Palos games this summer and on Saturday morning. So that's a lot of schools will do. In fact, next week I will be going to St. Catherine's in Oak Lawn and doing over 500 donuts with them at their school function. But a lot of the local schools, all grammar schools, high school, colleges, we do that. We'll bring the truck out and we do that. So to get it, then you have to call and set up, make sure we're available, and that's what we do off of our truck.
So, maybe, and I know you talked about it a little bit, so you do have that other experience.
Yes.
People can tap into the donuts. You mentioned also some of the cakes, like people can order specialty cakes and other special, I think you put packages together, like a variety of things. It looks like cookies, cakes, and do you want to mention the specialty things you do?
Sure. One of the things we do for all the holidays, which we've started doing in the last year, is we call it our donut pack, which is 6 custom decorated donuts for the holidays. So right now we're working on doing our bunny pack for Easter. So that's one thing. The cookies, definitely, we do them in quarter-pound, half-pound, or full-pound increments, or a 2-pound platter. So that's another thing. Or we have our custom decorated cookies that people can call and place an order for any type of decoration they would like on a cookie. And of course our cakes and anything. We could probably do 99% of anything that people bring into us. They'll show us a picture, can you remake this?
Wow.
And we can do it. We just have very talented decorators that can do that.
Well, it's nice to have a staff that brings that extra thing to it, right? That extra experience. And I do got to tell you, I have tried in my daughters. I think I've hit every one of the seasons with your cookies. We just had the Shamrock cookies, a week or two ago. So yeah, we'll have to take a look at the Easter cookies coming up. All right, and then one other question. We were talking beforehand about it. Like other things coming up, what does the future of those guys look like, or special things coming up? And I know you've got some remodeling work in the future. What's going on?
Yes, so the remodeling has taken us a little bit longer than we expected to, but what is eventually going to happen is our cake donuts are going to be made as the customer comes in. So that will be another thing that will literally be custom made. So the donuts will be made in front of the customers using the machines that we already have in place, that we already use right now when we fry donuts through the night. But the machines are right here in the store, and customers can come in and place their order, and we will make them right in front of you. You will get them warm, and then you'll pick your toppings on them. As you and I spoke earlier, I'm not one for eating cake donuts, but to eat a warm cake donut dipped in cinnamon and sugar is fantastic. And and I unfortunately have probably eaten a little too many of those at night. But so it's a work in progress, taking us a little bit longer than expected, but I think it'll be a fun experience for kids and adults to watch the donuts being made and to pick out your topping right in front of you as to what icing, topping, whatever that you'd like on it.
I was say, all right, I'm gonna have to admit, my mouth is watering as we're talking, and I'm getting a little bit hungry. So they can get the fresh donuts now, but now we're talking like ultra fresh. We're talking like minutes away, and it does sound like kind of like a fun thing because I'm guessing so they can choose the donuts and the type of toppings, and in effect, they're almost creating their own. Is it?
Correct. Yes, I say it's almost like going to to Subway and placing your order and saying, this is what I want on my sandwich. Well, now you're going to place your order and this is what I want on my donut. And yeah.
That looks like a neat experience, so something to look forward to.
Yes.
Until that opportunity comes up, you definitely try the donuts, try the cupcakes, try the other items over here, the cookies. There's a lot of great items to choose from. Sharon, thank you very much for taking time for us this morning. Congratulations on 10 years. That is quite a milestone, and hopefully there's 10 and 10 more on top of that. No, am I reaching out too far?
I think I'm getting a little too old to go too far in advance, but thanks, Dave. I really appreciate you coming in here and helping us celebrate 10 years.
All right, well, congratulations, and come on down and check out the specialty items and the cupcakes and a lot of great items to look at. Thanks, Sharon.
Right, thank you.
Congratulations. I'm Dave Wurzon. You've been watching Meet the Merchant, and we have been at Those Guys Bakery in Palos Heights talking with owner Sharon O'Neill, celebrating their 10-year anniversary. Thank you for watching.